morning, gorgeous. How are you ladies doing today? I hope you're all doing wonderful. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. I'm so happy you joined me for another video. My name is Dr. Michelle, and today we are going to be talking about how to know when a man really wants to be with you. What are some signs that you can observe that will help you feel comfortable and confident to know that he is in it long term? If you want to know the answer to this question, sit back, relax, get something to eat, something to write with, and let's jump into the video. This is a question that's sure to come up at some point in the dating process for you. If you're dating someone and you're into them, you're going to want to know, is he going to be around long term before you invest emotionally into him and into the relationship? So how can you tell? Well, one way that you can surely tell that a man really wants to be with you is he will invest in you. Now, what does investment mean? I hear this word being thrown around, and unfortunately, some people do have a misconception of what it means for a man to invest in you. Investment is not simply about money. It's not about flying you out, taking you on vacation, taking you to dinner, and spending money on you. That is a part of investment because it's part of being a provider. It's generous. It's showing that he's chasing you and desires you. However, investment involves a multitude of things that I want us to tap into. So let's sit back and unpack this whole thing. What does it mean to invest? If a man invests in you, it means that he's making you a priority in his life. He's making you a priority without you having to ask him to. When a high quality masculine man is dating you, he is coming in with the notion that he is a protector and a provider to you. And this is a natural instinct because you are going to be connected to him and he sees you that way. What I mean by that is he's going to assume natural responsibility for you as his woman. As a protector, as a man, he's going to allow you to feel secure, to rest in your femininity. He'll try to handle your problems. Anything that you need when you mention it, he's going to make it his mission to address it, big or small. So pay close attention when you're out with him. If you say something like, wow, it's so hot, I'm sweating, or say you're out like at an event, concert, and you're just hot and having a hard time, say something like, oh gosh, it's so hot, it's hot in here, my goodness, and see what his reaction is. See if he immediately tries to go get you some water, tries to find you some shade, if he assumes the role of trying to ease whatever stressors you're feeling, big or small. That's something very, very minor. But bigger issues could be like maybe your car breaks down or maybe you have a financial crisis. He's going to assume that responsibility and step in for you without you having to ask. That's the takeaway here. These things are going to come natural for him because he wants you. So he's going to always do whatever he can in his power to make you feel light and free to love him and take care of your business. Okay, he will try to help you with everything else in between. So as a provider, he will help to meet your financial needs. He might even be generous to you. Normally, if a man wants you and he's in the stage where he's getting to know you and he's chasing you, he's going to be generous to you. But that truly comes back to your own sense of femininity and how you're able to receive and how you make him feel. Because a person can be very generous, but sometimes they're not tapping into that spirit of generosity because they're not motivated. So you can motivate a man to be more generous with your behavior and the way that you respond when he's generous to you, the way that you respond when he provides for you, how you make him feel about doing that. That will encourage him to do more. So someone who is a protector and a provider may not naturally just spoil you and do things like that if he's not used to a woman really helping him channel his masculinity. When I do this segment on femininity in relationships, we'll talk a little bit more about that. But as a protector and a provider, he is willing and ready to step in for you. Now, just a side note, in terms of spoiling you like crazy and kind of going above and beyond, typical men in their 30s and their 40s are not financially ready to spend large amounts of money like that. It's just not financially responsible. So a high quality man is going to be financially responsible, and he's going to care about what he does with his money. He's not going to waste his money. He's going to be mindful with his spending, and he'll have a budget for wining and dining you that's never going to feel like a strain. High quality men don't typically date if they're not financially ready. That's not a priority. Okay, they prioritize their finances and their security because they need that in order to bring you into their lives, and they're mindful of it. But I want to caution you and say this: if a man is not investing in you financially, then there's a high chance that he is not interested in being with you long term. Okay, that is a direct correlation. Men spend their money on what they care about. I mean, everyone does, but men really are connected with their money, and their money goes to what they want and what they care about. And it's unfortunate to kind of look at it like that, but that's how men are wired to think. So even if he's nice to you and acts like he's into you and spends time with you, if he's not spending his money on you, he's not interested in you long term. When you're with a high quality man, you'll never feel bad about this and feel that you're coming off as a gold digger or you're coming off as bougie, because they understand that they're courting you and you only accept things of quality. So they will meet you where you are. Okay, they're confident. Another way that a man will show that he's interested in dating you long term and investing in you is that he will chase you. As a woman, you are never to chase a man. It is his responsibility to seek you. Never, ever chase a man. That is not your role. Now, I know you've heard this ad nauseum. I'm sure you've seen it all over the internet. I'm sure you've heard it since you were a little girl, that it's not your role as a woman to chase a man. It's his role to chase you. Men don't like being chased. And I need you ladies to believe me on this one. They don't like it, and they don't respect it. Give yourself a head start by reserving your emotions and your body until he proves worthy of them. Okay, that's what gives you a head start. And then he will always be chasing you. If you don't lean back and allow him to lean forward, you will be chasing him forever. And men just don't like being chased. It's not fun. Men are made to be the hunters, the providers, the protectors. They're the ones that are made and built physically to chase, to find, to seek, to build. That is their strength. Okay, allow them to take on their role and lean back. Let him lean in. If he's not leaning in, he's not interested. So what does it look like for a man to chase you? It means that he's the one that's calling you, texting you, asking for dates. He's the one that's actively trying to get you to be in his life, trying to make you a part of his world. If you're not feeling that, then you're not at that point yet, because men will make it clear to you that they want you in their life. So you won't be complaining that he's spending time with other people too much, because he's going to make you a priority in his life. Okay, he's going to manage his time between his family, his friends, and you. Another way that you'll know that he's truly investing in you and wants you in his life fully is that he will make plans. He will make plans that are short-term and long-term, and he'll be vocal about them. He'll tell you, by the way, for Valentine's Day, I have something amazing planned for you. Or they'll tell you, this summer, I want us to take a trip to Dubai. They will be the ones making the plans. They are going to actively be trying to impress you and let you know that they see you in their life long term. Okay, they're going to want you to know because they want you. Okay, they want to put you on notice. This is my plan for you. This is my plan for us. And in terms of planning dates, when a man wants you, you don't have to make any excuses for him and he won't make any excuses for himself. So even during quarantine, okay, he's going to be chasing you. He's going to be sending you things like care packages, calling you and seeing if you're okay, if you need water, if you have a face mask. He's going to be interested in protecting and providing and chasing and whining and dining you, even if he can't physically be with you. He might do something like plan a Skype date or a FaceTime date and dress up in a nice little outfit with candles and wine and have you do the same thing to be romantic. You will be leaning back and he will be leaning forward. Another sign that a man really wants to be with you long term and is willing to invest in you is that he's actively going to be impressing you. He's going to be constantly thinking of things that he can do and ways that he can show you that he's worthy. So that's why it's so important for you as a woman to live your life in a quality manner, because he's going to watch how you live your life and he's going to present you with ways to make your life better. Men who are invested in you are always trying to find ways to help you with whatever you are doing. It can be a personal project. He's going to use his resources, people he knows, ideas he has, and try to make it bloom. Okay, that's what quality men do. They want to add value to your life. He's going to be interested in your aspirations and your dreams, and he's going to invest in it to help support you because he wants to see you happy. That's important to him. And these are some of the reasons why I stress making sure that you have personal passions, things that you're involved in, charity work, things that you're actively doing, because when you meet someone, he's going to want to add to that and help uplift and bring it to life. So you have to have something going on for a person to add to. You'll also notice that when he's invested in this way, he's also going to try to remind you of things that you've also said. So if you say tomorrow, I want to take a jog, he's going to remember. Okay, men who are invested in you remember things. All the little things you say, they're taking note and they're locking it in. This doesn't mean that he's not a great guy. It doesn't mean that he doesn't like you. This just means that he may not be interested in you or invested in you in the same way that you're invested in him. He may not see a future, or he may just be doing these things to get something from you. So it's very important for us to look at these things so that we don't misconstrue them as investments. Okay, because I just talked about what an investment really is. But these things can sometimes be misperceived as an investment. So for example, when a man takes you to dinner, going on a date is not an investment. So going to dinner, going to the movies, going to a very nice concert, trip is not an investment. Paying for flights is not an investment. And although he spent money on a plane ticket, he is not investing in you as a person. He is paying for transportation to get you to his house. Okay, so we have to start looking at things very logically sometimes. So that way our emotions don't blur our vision. Talking to you on the phone for hours is not an investment. Although giving your time is part of investing in someone, someone talking to you on the phone for hours can be their way of getting therapy for free. What about introducing you to his friends and family? Would you consider that an investment? No, that's not an investment either. Some people introduce everyone to their friends and family. It's just sort of like a rite of passage. It's just procedural. This is what you have to do. If you're in my life, everyone needs to know you. And for other people, that's a very big privilege. They never introduce anyone to their friends and family unless they're serious. So it does vary, but don't automatically think just because you met his mother, just because you met his friends, that he's invested in you and that he sees a future with you. Ladies, I know that what I'm saying can come off as harsh and probably not what you want to hear, but I promise you it's better for you to really know what you're dealing with so that you can make the best decisions for your life. There are many people who will introduce people to their families and friends, and they may even be seeing another person, and their family and friends know about that person. It could just be protocol for him. So I want you to hold off with your emotions. In terms of just knowing whether or not a man wants to be with you for real, you won't have confusion. You won't be sitting there having to put a bunch of pieces together and figure out why he said this and what that meant and if he's gonna do that. And you won't be doing any of that. Instead, you'll be like, wow, this guy is for real. That's what you'll be saying. It'll be a very different energy. If you're feeling like you're wanting to talk to him, he's not calling you, he's not reaching out, he's not trying to impress you, he's not chasing you, he's not spending any of his money on you. If these action words are not happening consistently, then that tells you that he's not where you think he is and where you probably want him to be. And therefore, you have to hold off on your emotions. Do not get emotionally invested in a man until he has invested in you. Put your emotions on pause. I want you to stay polite and smile and say thank you and truly be grateful for everything that he does for you. I want you to bring warmth and love and femininity into his presence when you're around him and make all of your moments beautiful. But in terms of emotional investment, planning your future with him, imagining what your babies are going to look like, picking out baby names, planning real trips in the future. I'm talking you planning road trips in the future without knowing that he's invested in you is so dangerous, because that's how you fall in love with him. Okay, if you think that he wants you and you want it so bad, you're going to give up your body, you're going to give up your heart, and he is going to walk away because he's not invested in you. And that is one of the most painful things that you can experience. And I want to protect you from that by teaching you how to know when a man wants you. He will invest. I truly want you to take a step back. This man that you're in love with, that you're planning this future with, that you have all these hopes with, is he invested in you? Has he proven to you yet that he wants you in his life long term? Is he consistent in showing you that? One of the most crucial aspects of dating is honoring your intuition. You're going to have to learn how to tap into that part of you that tells you when something is wrong. And you're going to have to listen to that. I'm going to do a separate video completely dedicated to learning how to honor your intuition. This is what's going to alert you when you're dating someone who's wrong for you. If you don't know how to find your intuition, if you're not trusting of your intuition, that's something you're going to have to work on, because you will find that with every rule, there's always an exception. And I don't want you to fall into the hands of someone who is manipulative or is love bombing you or doing other things to try to trap you and you're not able to catch it. So the biggest thing is for you to reserve your emotions and your body until he has fully invested in you. And men will not easily walk away from their investments. Wherever they put their time and their money is where they're going to put their heart. I hope all of the information that you heard today was valuable to you. Thank you so much for taking this time to spend with me and allowing me to talk with you and being receptive to hearing all of this information and seeing how you can apply it to your life. I love you ladies so much, and I pray for the best in all of your future endeavors. Thank you for watching this video. Please send it to anyone that you think could benefit from this information. Pass it along. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at A Feminine Impression and on my personal Instagram at Ghana_goddess. I will see you all in the next video. Please stay safe, stay healthy. I love y'all, and I will see you in the next video. Big kisses to you all. Mwah. Peace, love, and light.